just 50 miles southwest of the third largest city in the continental United States, Chicagoland Speedway. It's lied dormant in real life since 2021, returning this year to the NASCAR circuit. But in iRacing, we've had multiple races here, and we are continuing to have multiple races here. So we're excited to have you here on BRN with us. Apparently, I hit the start streaming button, and it didn't start streaming, and I didn't notice it. So that's on me. I have been blabbing for like the past 10 minutes, and there's been no stream. I'm smart. I know how to do this. Tossing out on the call here, it is the Chicago, not a street course, 150 here at Chicagoland Speedway, race number 11 of season 16 of the Slide Job Racing. Looking forward to some fun racing here at the 1.5 mile Speedway. And hopefully I can make sure this broadcast runs smoothly with no problems whatsoever. So we're excited to see how things race tonight as we welcome you here to Chicagoland Speedway. We've got a big field of drivers ready to go racing tonight. Qualifying underway, just 47 seconds left in qualifying, which means I've saved myself face from having to talk about the Dash for Cash situation because they're still working on figuring out who's in the Dash for Cash. So, here's where it sits. We have multiple drivers that are possible in the Dash for Cash. We don't know who it is. The winner of the Dash for Cash gets $50 at the end of tonight's race. That's all we know. That's what we know. And so that's where we're kind of sitting right now as we kind of watch and see how qualifying goes. Ben Baffert is the fastest in qualifying. And it looks like he will stay that way here tonight. Bryson Bird, second fastest. Dylan Parker, Jared Wilson, Yusuf Ghali, the top 5 in qualifying. And we had a lot of guys that did not attempt a qualifying lap time. So we got 27 cars, it looks like, on the grid for tonight's race, ready to go racing here at Chicagoland. Interesting night already. Broadcast and conversations with the admins on the rules and on how things are working. But a big change coming out of today. Of course, last week iRacing had a new update they pushed out where you can adjust the power. The horsepower could be bumped up on the race cars now, and that's what we have tonight. 110 horsepower, 110% horsepower boost is what we have tonight. That's the max you can bump it up to. So we're going to see a very much different style race than what we're used to seeing, I think, here for Slide Job. I think we're going to see some very much a big accountability in terms of handling issues. We might see some tire wear play a factor. There's a lot of things that are coming to this race that we just have not seen in recent years. So I'm excited to see how this shakes out. But last time we came to Chicagoland was back in season 14. It was won by Ethan Fonseca Moreno. For his first win of that season, his 9th career win. We'll see if anybody can pick up their first win of the season here tonight. For Justin Rott, picked up his first career win last week at Michigan. We'll take a look at the starting lineup here for tonight's race. Let's hit that music and let's fire up the old scoring here and show you how they're lining up. It is that number 23, Ben Baffert, starting on the pole position with Bryson Bird to his outside. You got Dylan Parker and Jared Wilson making a return tonight. He starts in 4th place. Yusuf Ghali is in 5th place with Enrique Cucalon, BRN's own, on his outside. Robert Lukens and Zach Probst, good qualifying efforts. They're starting in row 4 and running at the top 10. Gavin Austin in the 6th. Michael Walls in the 25. Jeffrey Armstead and Diego Acuna starting together in row 6. Row 7, you see Christian Delgado in the 03 with Tyler Watermelon. The 69 card is outside. A good qualifying effort from him. Brent Bennett and Justin Rott together in row number 8. Row 9, you see the 90 of Michael Sturgill and the 46 of Gino Mero. Dane Cruz and Wyatt Roberts together in row number 10 to round out your top 20. The Cruise Missile making a return as well here tonight. Blaine Sparling and Owen Chabinski back in row 11. Row 12, it's William Martin and Tanner Bykowski. It's Matt Steiner and Shane O'Neill together in row 13. And riding shotgun on the field in the number 34, that is Anthony Marshall in that machine, returning after running at Talladega in a part-time race basis. So excited to have him back on the grid with us here tonight. We'll see how he does. Mentioned it, 130 laps in this race tonight. And the defending race winner not here, but we've had, of course, many other drivers that have won at Chicagoland. Chicagoland also was a championship race all the way back in season 9. With Dalton Kilroy locked up the title there. Jonathan Parker was the winner in season 10 for his first win at this track. His first career win in the Slide Job Racing League before he went on a tear, picking up 2 championships and multiple wins along the way. We'll see who's able to take home the checkered flag here tonight. So field paces making their way through turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to go racing here at Chicagoland Speedway. And the pace car will dive off. And as Ben Baffert blinks out, he'll blink back in, right in time. He'll match the gas, get it going, and the green flag flies, racing at Chicagoland. Baffert leads the line, lap 1. We got some cars struggling further back, dropping to the rear on the outside landing. Jeffrey Armstead and Brent Bennett both kind of shuffling further back. As we make our way through 1 and 2, Baffert leads, but he's got pressure coming hot from that number 54, your current points leader, Yusuf Ghali. Ghali trying to the inside, couldn't quite do it, so he ends up staying there on the bottom, but he's got to run. He's got a chance to get there. Inside lane on the apron of Ben Baffert, going for the race lead is the 54. Trying to get there, just can't quite get it. These two, the top two in points. Ghali leads by 53 over Baffert as they head down the backstretch side by side still for the race lead. Bryson Bird lurking behind in third place, watching this all happen as Gavin Austin getting by Dylan Parker on the top side. A move there made by the 6 to get up into 4th place. Very quickly on the move forward. Started 9th place, and he is up here into 4th. Michael Walls as well trying to push forward, and shows as the 9 car should be the 5 car. Trinity Paints did what Trinity Paints does best, and that is not work. Clarification on who our dash and cash drivers are too, so that we can highlight them tonight and talk about how they're running. As you see here, 3 wide situation. Jeffrey Armstead on the outside of Robert Lukens and Michael Sturgill. He jumps back behind them as Sturgill on the bottom lane. There's Robert Lukens in the middle. Right behind those two, that's the number 76 car, Justin Rott. He was your winner last week at Michigan. Picked up his first career Slide Job Racing League win. He's looking to see if he can go back to back. Is Brent Bennett up the track? Almost into his teammate there. He is side by side tied on Jeffrey Armstead. Able to keep it off from him. That's Dane Cruz and that silver bullet on the inside lane, trying to go for 15th. Become more accustomed to seeing Dane running on Monday nights for the Fast Track Cup Series as well as Thursday nights in the SoFa Racing League. He's making a return tonight here at Chicagoland, seeing if he can't pick up a victory in that cruise missile machine and keep this season going for his team. Speaking of his team, Yusuf Ghali has taken the race lead. Bryson Bird has taken second as Baffert has slipped back to third. Very quickly has that happened. We'll take a quick look back and see how that pass happened for the race lead. It shuffled back to watch that battle happening further back, the 3 wide situation. We'll show you the pass for the lead. On the inside goes Yusuf Ghali, working the bottom lane. Just down into turn 3. Looks like he was able to make it stick better. Baffert tried to work the top side, but just couldn't get the run off. And Yusuf Ghali cleared him and took the race lead. And now Bryson Berg getting passed by Gavin Austin, who gets by on the inside lane. For the back, Diego Acuna working the outside lane in 8th place, working on Dylan Parker. Trying to move forward, that number 40 machine. See Bryson Bird under fire now from Zach Probst, about to pull outside of the top 5 entirely. Looking out and back in is Ben Baffert in 2nd place. Disappears and reappears. Continue to blink in front of Gavin Austin, Michael Walls, and Bryson Bird around at the top 5. Number 40, Diego Acuna, trying to catch Zach Probst to make this move for 6th place. And hounded him. And the big key that I heard from Brett Bennett, and I know how people are going to say, oh, you're listening to Brett Bennett for how these cars are going to drive. Yes, I am, just solely for the sake of being able to talk about it on the broadcast. But the way Brett's talking, it's going to be tire management for these drivers that are out there on track. In this higher horsepower, it's about managing your stuff. The higher the horsepower, you want to manage the tires. You want to make sure you don't burn them up too quick. That's at least what he has been parroting to me in what to worry for and what to watch for here for these drivers tonight. So just kind of keep your eyes peeled on these guys, kind of maybe pushing hard in the early goings of the runs. Maybe like a Diego Acuna, maybe like a Gavin Austin, who move forward so quickly, so early, but could very well see themselves falling off quickly once these tires start to wear. And as you see Acuna now with Dylan Parker on his inside, I think we're starting to see some guys maybe start to slip back a little bit. Michael Sturgill getting passed by Dane Cruz in that number 1 machine now on the bottom lane. The thing I'm learning pretty quick is the bottom lane, as of right now, is the way to go if you want to move forward in this race. Acuna hangs on over Dylan Parker. Ricky Kukulon finds himself at 9th, and then Jared Wilson running in 10th at number 83 machine. A good run going so far for him. Part-time efforts this season yet again for that 83 car. Having a good go at it so far. Qualified him in the front, running top 10 as it sits right now. He's got Christian Delgado and Justin Rott giving a chase to him right now. Pressure on the back of that number 83 car. Robert Lucan's not far behind them either. Delgado and Rott fighting side by side for 11th place, just behind that number 83 car. See Dane Cruz working the bottom lane as well, continuing to push forward. Cruz missile starting out back. He is making forward progress. To 14th right now. Michael Sturgill just behind him. Chasing down Justin Rott and Robert Lukens. Battle for second right here, heating up. Michael Walls is the one looking to make the move on Ben Baffert. Gavin Austin slipped back into that 3rd position. Michael will clear at number 23 pretty quickly. And he'll take over 3rd place. They make their way on the front stretch, or like 2nd place, pardon me, as they make their way on the front straightaway now. So Ricky Kukulon on the inside of Diego Acuna. That is for spot number 8 on the racetrack right now. They head down the back straightaway side by side still. Advantage goes to the 40 car. They're just trying to kind of sort their ways out here as we start to get into a bit of a run. After trying to keep pace with Michael Walls, but not quite able to do so. Fastest lap last time by was the driver of the number 54, Yusuf Ghali. Austin out of the outside of Ben Baffert. Podium spot as they run right now, and now you see the outside lane starting to prevail a little more than the bottom lane for these drivers. As Gavin Austin right there, Baffert slipping up a little bit. Gavin keeps it off the wall, and Baffert is all good and set. He's not going to have any problems there that time, but here comes pressure from Bryson Bird as Baffert blinks again. continue on here down the front straightaway. Enrique working the top, way up on the outside lane, trying to high line, see if he can't get a roll in and get some progress made. He'll get by Diego Acuna for 8th. Jared Wilson trying to get to the outside as well and go for 9th. And he'll get it. 9th place now for the number 83 car. He moves a step forward. Up ahead, Bryson Bird on the inside of Ben Baffert as they head into turn 1. And look at Dylan Parker sending it to the inside. Quickly going to fly by that number 53. Can he get Baffert? He has a moment on the bottom lane, drifting up a little bit, trying to keep it off Bryson Bird. And Bird catches the wall. Bryson Bird. And now here comes Kukulon sending it up the middle. 3-wide day win down the front stretch. Kukulon goes 2 for 1. He'll take 5th place. Ooh, Zach Probst had a moment there. Contact with Bryson Bird. And almost had contact again there entering the corner. But it keeps it off him. Just tight racing here. Battling for spots in the back half of the top 10. As the gap for the lead, Yusuf Ghali pulling away a little bit from this field, about a half a second over Michael Walls, who's in second by over 3/10 of a second on Gavin Austin. Baffert right there with the 6. Ricky Kukulon has found his way to 5th place. And the number 22 machine. See Dylan Parker and Bryson Bird trying to battle for 6th place. Dylan running a higher line. And I think we'll start to see him creep up higher and higher as this run goes on. Say that he tries the bottom against Enrique. He will not be able to get it past down. By Gavin Austin and Baffert side by side once again. Yusuf Ghali so far, he's checking out from this field, letting them battle amongst themselves in the background as he leads the charge. Bird gets back to 6th place over Dylan Parker's got Jared Wilson now closing in. That 83 machine's got some speed, and he is working his way forward. Austin, Enrique Kukulon side by side down the front stretch. Christian Delgado battling Zach Probst for 9th place as well, further back. Gavin Austin hanging on to 4th place for now. Just a lot of back and forth swaps for positions is most we've got right now. Things really calm. Nothing too crazy, which I'm fine with that. I am much fine with a race like this where it's just calm and collected. Nobody's really going crazy with it. Nobody's pushing too hard with it and wrecking anybody else. Taking anybody else out of the equation here. We got everybody nice and clean laps here as we continue on here. On to lap number 28, we see Enrique try to go the outside of Gavin Austin, taking there some forward back behind. Michael Wall is going to have some competition here coming from the likes of Ben Baffert and Gavin Austin, but they're also starting to close in on that gap that Yusuf Ghali has with the race lead. Continue on here down into turn number 1. Ghali holding strong. Michael Walls starting to reel him in a little bit by bit. Field is very much settled in for the most part. Dane Cruz right there in 12th place behind Diego Acuña. Zach Crowe starting to slip back in this field. Jeffrey Robinson right there. You see side by side, I believe it's Gino Mero and Wyatt Roberts battling for 17th place. Austin, Enrique Cucalon battling it out for 4th place once again. Enrique tried the high side run. He gets down to the bottom lane. Can he get the run down the front straightaway to get clear? Gavin Austin almost slides up into him. He saw him get sideways trying to keep it off of him. Side by side still for 4th place these two go as they are catching the leader up in front. See now Bryson Bird back into picture here with Enrique Cucalon. And there's Dylan Parker as well, working the top side, ripping the lip up on the high lane. Can Dylan make the move? Not quite able to get there just yet. You can see this gaggle of cars behind Enrique Cucalon. Dylan Parker cutting to the inside, trying to make this move for 5th place now. Out here down into turn 3. Shannon O'Neill on the apron letting them go by as there's Jared Wilson once again putting pressure on Dylan Parker and Enrique Cucalon. And he's brought along Christian Delgado, Bryson Bird back to 10th, Justin Rott right there as well in the picture. There's Jared Wilson on the bottom lane trying to get down to the inside and get by. Still Enrique still battling. Enrique gets the advantage here. Now here comes Christian Delgado working the top lane. And look at Justin Rudd send it to the outside. Huge move from the 76, last week's winner at Michigan. 2 for 1. He goes from 9th back up to 7th now in this march forward. by Justin Rott makes it stick, and he gets 2 spots for the price of 1 by both Dylan Parker and Jared Wilson, who find themselves battling now for 8th place. As Chicagoland back on Gavin Austin's back bumper, but another battle heating up. Here comes Michael Walls for the race lead. Slowly but surely running better lap times than the 54 has been Michael Walls, as he makes his way to the outside lane, trying to get there and make the pass. We'll see how well Yusuf Ghali does on defense, trying to keep him at bay. See Michael Walls up top. He's going for the race lead now. Can't get the run that he needs. Slides a little bit. Stays stuck in line behind Yusuf Ghali. Now Ben Baffert starting to roll in. Micah committed to this top side. Committed to the outside lane. Trying to get there. Baffert working the bottom. He's able to reel back in this race leaders, as there's still a battle between Gavin Austin. There's a gaggle of cars back here in this grouping. You just see it there. Chicagoland, Delgado, Dylan Parker, Justin Rott, Jared Wilson kind of falling off from the group right here as they head down into turn number 1. See Enrique trying the top side yet again to get by Gavin Austin. Up front, the same thing happening. Micah still trying to get the top side to work to get by the race leader, Yusuf Ghali. Still tight for the race lead. Michael Walls is giving chase, trying to do anything he can to get to the back bumper and around that number 54. And look at Yusuf Ghali going to the top side now. He's using the top lane. Seeing if he can't find the momentum that Michael Walls has found. It looks like he's starting to get a little bit of it as they run down into turn number 3. Micah's still chasing. There's still a gaggle of cars back here, including Justin Rott. 3 wide here with a lap car. Shane O'Neill in the inside lane, trying to hold it on the bottom. That's going to allow Dylan Parker by. Justin didn't get to the apron like he wanted to. And they're 3 wide again as Shane to the track. Dylan Parker, Dane Cruz, or Justin Rott, pardon me, side by side. Dane Cruz is the one right behind. He just made a pass for 8th place. Cruz is coming. As they continue to battle side by side here, Rott and Parker do. Well, Michael Walls has pressure coming from Ben Baffert now. Michael Walls coming to pit lane. First pit stops of the night. Ben Baffert coming in with him. This is Dylan Parker in the 3. Got to not come in too hot. Everybody's getting down to pit road speed. Just A-okay for now. About to say pit stops maybe coming soonish. And with them coming here, another stop expected at about maybe lap 90-ish, maybe lap 95, is when to expect these guys back down pit road to pit for a second time. So that's going to start a cycle of pit stops here. Drivers going to elect to come to pit road, take tires, take fuel, try and get themselves set up for the next run so far stayed green through one segment of green flag stops. Pretty good run so far for these drivers. Gavin Austin roll down pit lane as Enrique Chicagoland is now your race leader after Yusuf Ghali also ducked down pit lane. Enrique down on the bottom lane, would expect him to maybe come this time. Indeed he is. Justin Rott will take the race lead. Dane Cruz not so far behind in second. Rott and Cruz are now stayed out. Wyatt Roberts, William Martin, and Blaine Sparling have also stayed out. The last 5 that will pit in this race before we get to the second stretch of green flag racing here. Hopefully stay green for a while. Let them ride this out and get to the next set of pit stops with no problem. As you see now, here comes Justin Rott coming to pit lane this time with Dane Cruz in tow. Got to get down to pit lane speed. Don't want to go too fast on pit road. It's like everybody getting down to pit road speed A-OK. Haven't seen any penalties so far yet in this one. Owen Chybinski looks like he sped on pit lane, so he is currently trapped 2 laps down in the number 27 machine. Blaine Sparling, William Martin yet to pit. So Michael Walls got out ahead of Ben Baffert and Dylan Parker. Yusuf Ghali right behind them. Only a lap difference on tires. Now Martin and Sparling will pit. Michael Walls will take the race lead. Final lap, Matt Steiner as Baffert and Dylan Parker with Yusuf Ghali on their tail, battling for second. Yusuf Ghali to the inside of Dylan Parker for third. Trying to use the lap car maybe as a pick. And Ghali will take it. For now, he'll Haggett, Steiner on the outside lane. Now he'll try to chase Ben Baffert down, and Michael Walls is your race leader just up ahead. Top 4 right here all together. Gavin Austin is in 5th, way further back. Jared Wilson has gotten into 6th place. Enrique Chicagoland came out 7th. Diego Acuna came out in 8th. And Bryson Bird, Christian Delgado has the top 10 cycled out. It looks like faster lap times coming from the board. Yusuf Ghali trying to catch up and make the pass. Now on Ben Baffert for second. Trying to get inside. Baffert closing the door on him. See how Ghali can do, trying to get by that 23 car, who's trying to chase that, should be number 25. He is instead the number 9 of Michael Walls. And there's Ghali on the inside, making the pass on Ben Baffert. Split between him and the lap car of Owen Chybinski. They're chasing down Michael Walls now in the lead. Yusuf Ghali now seeing if he can find a way to get by that number 9 car. Battling happy further back, Justin Rott battling with Dane Cruz. Oh, Diego Cunha the track ahead of him. They both stuck to the inside of that 40 car and shoot by him. Jeffrey Armistead as well right there with him, trying to make some moves forward. A lot of cars all right here together. Gino Maro's right there in that number 46 as well. They split through traffic and keep pushing forward. Side by side. Heading down the front stretch back into turn number 1. Battle for the lead. Still not too close. Still a little spread up, but not too much. Micah holds it over Yusuf Ghali, who's giving chase. Ghali, the leader of the race for the most part since the start of the green, drop the green flag. Ghali just trying to track down that number 9. Got a good run down the backstretch heading into turn number 3. This car dropping back a couple spots. Bryson Bird fading back to 12th place. And a big gaggle of cars right here. Christian Delgado on the outside. There's Justin Rott. Gino Maro on the inside in the number 46 car. Jeffrey Armistead leading this group. And now Dane Cruz challenging him to the inside. So dropping back to the 10th is Justin Rott, trying to go by on the inside with the battle for the lead. Here comes Yusuf Ghali, trying to challenge back for the top spot once again. Micah is holding a very pretty wheel, but Yusuf Ghali is a slight bit faster in that number 54 machine, tracking him down. Giving chase for the top spot. Ghali looking to go back to the race lead and looking to continue dominating this one en route, trying to get another win on this season. Only one driver has won more than one race this season. That is Yusuf Ghali in the 54. He's won 3 times. He's looking to be number 4 tonight here in Chicago. Dylan Parker has caught Ben Baffert. Gavin Austin passed by the 3 car. Here comes Parker trying to the inside now as Ghali's still right there on the tail of Michael Walls. Trying to see if he can find a way to get to the race lead. Further back, that battle happening. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all nose to tail as well. Parker, Baffert, and Austin. And then back 8th place, Dane Cruz, Justin Rott, Jeffrey Armistead, all right together. Lots of groupings happening together of cars all together, battling for position. Gavin Austin to the inside of Ben Baffert, trying to get by and go for 4th. Just can't quite get the nose in to get it. Still right there on his inside, just not able to get it. But try on that bottom lane as Yusuf Ghali's still stuck behind the number 25 car. Still trying to find a way past. Battles back here towards the back of the top 10. As now Ghali gets to the inside. Micah Walls has a moment off of turn 2. Ghali to the race lead now on the inside lane. He'll clear and take back the top spot. Mike, I don't know if he just got loose off of turn 4, turn 2, caught the wall or what. Oh, just a huge run by Ghali instead. He got by for the race lead. Micah now back on offense, trying to chase him back and see if he can't make the move, but another slip up off of turn 2, and Ghali is starting to pull away a little bit by bit. That's all he needs to do. Micah starts to drift back as Ghali takes back the race lead. Aiden Cruz in 8th, chasing down Jared Wilson. He's also got Justin Rott following behind, as is Jeffrey Armstead and Christian Delgado, all staying right put together, chasing that number 83 car for 7th place on the leaderboard. Micah trying to track back down Yusuf Ghali, just not a lot of success in doing so. Went up on him. Micah's not letting the 54 pull away this time. Wants to be closer to him when pit stops come, but Aiden Cruz got by Jared Wilson. Here comes Justin Rott to the outside lane, powering by the 83 car. Take the spotter, Jeffrey Armstead way up on the outside wall, trying the top lane as Christian Delgado goes in the bottom. You see the speed difference on the inside lane. Justin Rott sticking right with that number 1 car. These two tight together as they make their way around the racetrack. Up front, Dylan Parker is now putting pressure on Michael Walls for 2nd place on lap number 71 now. We're coming up at the end of the race. Just for clarification now, for the sake of now, the Dash for Cash is between 3 drivers. Justin Rott, Gavin Austin, and Michael Walls. Some of these guys are up front here. See side by side, Parker goes with Michael Walls, can't get there, so Micah gets back in front. Hanging on to 2nd for now, trying to get back to Yusuf Ghali, the race leader. Jeffrey Armistead on his rear bumper now, trying to challenge him for that 8th spot. And we're still a bit away from pit stops. We're still a bit away from making the pit stop that we need here to make it to the end of this race. They pit about lap 45-ish. After that, you know, we saw them pitting from 45 to 50. We're expecting them to go to about maybe 95 this go about. If they get to about 95 to 100, they can, of course, run it to the end on fuel and on the tires they put on. Once again, the challenge for second. Here comes Dylan Parker back to the inside of Michael Walls. Dylan Parker now on the bottom lane through turns 1 and 2. Slips off the bottom a little bit there. Not able to get the power that he needs down. Micah holds on the top side for now, and Ben Baffert starting to close in on this battle as once again Dane Cruz, Justin Rott battle for position. Justin Rott to the outside of the one machine. He'll go by for 7th. Oh, I think Micah caught the wall there on the exit of turn 4. Big run from Dylan Parker coming. Dylan Parker once again side by side with the number 9 car, trying to get to second place on the outside inside lane. Micah catches the wall again. Dylan Parker on the bottom is going to get the run on the front stretch, maybe. They head back into turn 1. Ben Baffert just disappears, reappears right on the back of the 3 car. Slight bit of contact. They're still good as they make their way down the backstretch. Dylan hangs on to 3rd. Baffert is right on his back bumper. Gavin Austin now to the inside of Ben Baffert as they battle for 4th place. And here comes Baffert on the inside of Dylan Parker. Gavin Austin going to cut down to go follow that 43 car. Dangerous move to make with how he's been disappearing and reappearing tonight. As they head into turn 1, fanned out 3 wide for a second. Dylan working the top side, puts the power down. Look at the run. Dylan Parker's going to get off the corner. And so far, he'll hang on to 3rd. Caution is out. Oh, it's Dane. Oh my God, Matt Steiner was flipping on the front into turn 3. Dane Cruz is destroyed. Jeffrey Armistead is damaged. What on earth happened back in the back of this field? Our first caution of the night coming out late here. On lap number 78, cannot make it to the end on fuel here, but oh my goodness, what happens here? So Matt Steiner, oh, he was trying to get out of the way. He went low to get out of the way, went high to get out of the way. Justin Rott gets in the back of him and up and over. Bryson Bird, Gino Merriman, Jeffrey Armistead, all victims of this one. And man, I feel my heart breaks for Matt. Matt was trying to get out of the way for Justin Rott. He did not want to be in front of that number 76 car. You'll see it from the blimp camera here. Rott's coming on the outside. He goes high. Then he tries to get low to get out of his way. Rott goes high. He tries to go high again to get out of his way. And just one too many times. Back up the track. Nowhere for Dane Cruz to go. And then right here, Bryson, Jeffrey, and Gino. Nowhere for them to go either. And Wyatt Roberts just missing it on the inside lane. Right on board with Bryson Bird. Just nowhere to go for Bryson. And we'll ride with Justin Rott as well. You'll see it right here. Trying to save the car, and then he tries to get out of the way from the leaders. Contact made, and out back you just see it. Now from Dane Cruz is on board. Main Crew's making his return tonight. Unfortunately swept up in an accident here. That's going to be the end of his race. Dylan Parker, though, wins the race off pit road. So we're about ready to restart here. Dylan Parker is your race leader after the pit stop. And as they run right now, we're coming up on 50 laps to go when we restart. I don't think they can make it to the end on fuel. I don't. But I'm very good at being wrong about fuel mileage guesses. So for racing leagues, on Thursday night last week, we had a guy stretch it so long and make it to the end and win the race with just enough fuel at the end. So very good at being wrong at things, and I could very well be wrong about that. But we'll see if someone can maybe stretch the fuel 50 laps. I doubt they can, but they might try it. We'll see who does it. Pace car will dive off. Dylan Parker is your race leader heading for the Geico restart zone. He'll mash the gas and get us back to racing here at Chicagoland. Scattering around, trying to find positions. Oh, Jared Wilson is around! Diego Acuna just barely missing it, maybe. Caution flies again quickly here on lap 81. Jared Wilson goes for a spin. Contact made on the backstretch. We'll go under a yellow flag. Back-to-back laps now. Here's, we'll take a look at the BRN replay. It's contact off of turn 2. I think it might have been Christian Delgado in the 03 that gets in the back of the 83. Jared trying to get in front of him, actually. Puts himself in the wall. And around he goes. You see it right here. It's on the track, gets to Gino Mero. Diego Acuna, he doesn't miss it. Neither does Christian Delgado. They all get a piece of it. We were green for the first about 70 or so, 73-ish laps maybe. And now back-to-back yellows put us back behind the pace car. And some split decisions on whether to pit or stay out. Or pit. So as we pace here, Dylan Parker, Gavin Austin, Micah Walls, Ben Baffert, and Ricky Kukalon are your top 5. They stay out here, as does Gino Mero, Wyatt Roberts, William Martin, and Brett Bennett. They all elect to not pit under this caution. They stay out rather than come down pit lane to get some extra fuel. The first car coming off of pit lane is Justin Rott in the number 76 machine, as he rolls off pit lane in 10th place. Ahead of Yusuf Ghali, Bryson Bird, Blaine Sparling, Robert Lukens, and then Delgado come off pit lane. He got some damage repaired. Other cars on pit lane getting damage repaired as well right now. But this is the split here, saving fuel here under caution compared to just going ahead and topping off on fuel on pit lane to try to see if that's going to be enough to make it to the end of this race. It's fuel mileage mode. It's time to see who can make it last. And there's a lot of strategists out there that are trying to see if this can be their time to make a call to get them to victory lane. Should get double foul this time, indeed we do. So that leaves Gavin Austin on the outside of Dylan Parker for this restart. Michael Walls, Ben Bafford, Enrique Cucalan are your top 5 cars. As they continue to pace here, coming around this one lap time to go green here. Dylan Parker is your race leader on this restart once again. Pace car dives off. Dylan Parker to the restart zone. Will match the gas. Get us back to racing. Bad launch there from Gavin Austin in the outside lane. As you see, Michael Walls gets by to second. Everybody's shuffling about, trying to find out where they need to go. As we'll get to the line this time. Dylan leads. Those cars that did pit, Delgado making some forward progress. I think he might have taken a set of tires here. Meanwhile, the rest of those guys that pit, I think they're in save mode. With Yusuf Ghali, Bryson Bird, Blaine Sparling, I'd imagine they're going to try to save some fuel here. They're not going to push hard on this run. They're going to try to see if they can't save a little bit extra fuel to make it to the end of this race without having to stop again. Battles happening here. There's Gavin Austin on the back bumper of Michael Walls. They head into turn number 3. Really just going to kind of see a different race from what we saw earlier in that green flag run to get to the first pit stops. You were just kind of running your race, running what you could until we got to green flag stops, but now some guys are going to likely try to make it the last 43, now 42 laps this next time by. 42 laps to go. That's how far they want to get on this fuel run. They don't want to have to pit again. And I think a guy like Yusuf Ghali, well, he's not saving. Not by any means. Someone like Christian Delgado, Blaine Sparling, and maybe even Shane O'Neill. They're running slower lap times. They're kind of not pushing as hard, I don't think. And that could very well be where we see some guys saving fuel, maybe trying to manage till the end of this race, and maybe trying to push for it at the end of this run. That's what we could see. Ben Bafford to the inside of Michael Walls now for second place. He got by Gavin Austin, and now he looks to get by Michael Walls and try to push forward and see if he can't challenge Yusuf Ghali for this race lead. The points leader is the 54. The 23 is second. He needs to get some better results, but he's sliding up the track. Just about got into Micah. Just about got into Gavin. Gino Merrill thought about making it 3 wide. He thinks better of it. Tucks back in line. see Baffert continuing to hold on now as he gets passed back by Gavin Austin. Justin Rott has made his way up to 6th place. He hit under that last caution. He is moving forward. He's trying to push forward, and that's what he's gotten up to 6th place now. But everybody chasing Dylan Parker as it runs. Gavin Austin and Ben Baffert battling once again. Gavin just hanging on to 3rd, and there you see Justin Rott creeping into that picture now. The world's only Spencer Boyd fan, Justin Rott, making his way up there into picture. Austin back on the back bumper of Micah. It's Justin Rott going to the inside of Ben Baffert. Trying but unable to get by. As they keep battling here, they're about a second behind Dylan Parker, who leads this field. Oh, Gavin is got a line of them right behind him. He's catching Micah Walls as well. Micah trying to make that car as wide as the racetrack here, as Gavin's got Baffert and Rott behind him. Oh, Rott gets into Baffert. Rott has to get out of it, dropping out. Now the top 5 is Gino Mero going by the top lane. Now to get back by Mero for 5th. As here comes Baffert to the inside of the number 6 car once again. It's Austin hanging on there in 3rd. Baffert trying to get inside, but he can't get inside Gavin Austin. Mero dropping back on the outside, on the inside lane there. I think a bobble in the middle of the corner, and Golly gonna shoot to the inside. And Golly has Mero back to the inside, still fighting by him. Run. Gavin Austin battling Michael Walls on the outside lane. And they're tight right there, but Gavin gets cleared. He'll take the spot. Justin Rott follows behind. He gets the third now. Rott trying to see if he can go back-to-back here. After scoring his first career win, he's looking to see if he can pick up his second career win not long after. Oh my God! Saves it! Big time moment for the 9 car, but he gathers it up. He'll drop back to 6th place now as Yusuf Ghali on the inside. Meanwhile, Justin Rott pressuring that number 6 machine to see if he can't take the spot. As Rott continues to fight Gavin Austin, trying to get to the inside of that 6 car. Oh, Baffert and Rott door right there in front of Yusuf Ghali. As they head down the front straightaway. 25 laps to go. Dylan Parker has the lead, but does he have enough fuel? Are they going to be able to make it on fuel to the end of this race? The battle on for second. Yusuf Ghali getting by Ben Baffert, who's coming to pit road. Ben Baffert to the 23. He's the first driver to peel off of this front half of the field to pit road. He decides it's not worth it to try staying out. He pits. Win, do the rest. Decide if they want to pit or stay out the rest of this way. I imagine a lot of these guys are going to have to pit for fuel. Dylan Parker continues to gap Gavin Austin. Justin Rott going to the outside of the number 6 car, trying to. He blocks it, does not let him by. Rott trying to get there, just can't quite do it. Yusuf Ghali not far behind. Dylan Parker coming to pit lane this time. Race leader on pit lane. Comes Rott now. Battling Gavin Austin. Yusuf Ghali on the inside of Rott now for second as they run. Tanner Bykowski's on pit lane now. Some other drivers have peeled off the pit road. Gavin Austin leading. Justin Rott is in second. Oh, catching the wall is Gavin Austin. Run out of the inside. Can't get the run down. as everybody trying to battle for position here. The issue is none of these guys are really good to go when it comes to fuel. I would say they're going to all be fighting to have to get to pit road. Yusuf Ghali peeking inside of Justin Rott for second place. He'll jump to the outside lane. Can he get the run on Justin Rott? He'll pull out the block. Gavin Austin blocks them both. Oh, big moment there. Ben Baffert on the inside lane. He just pit for fuel, so he's coming back by everybody. Oh, contact! Gavin Austin, the race leader up the track. Justin Rott to the race lead. Baffert was trying to get by to get his lap back, trying to go chase them back down in case they don't have enough fuel. And he makes contact. That's Dylan Parker as well, doing the same thing Baffert did. And now we wait to see, do they have to peel off and pit? Rott and Ghali pit under the last yellow to top off on fuel. Do they think they're good, or are they maybe going to have to save at the end of this one? Making their way into 3 and 4 now. Coming around this next time by, running out of time in this race. I think cars are starting to try to save fuel. I think they're starting to realize they need to save. They need to make it to the end on fuel. Maybe some guys pushing a little too hard. Coming around this time, Justin Rott, last week's winner at Michigan, will hit the start-finish line and give us 15 laps to go, presented by 72diecast.com. For all your new and used diecast needs, use 72 Diecast. Tell them Dawson sent you. Justin Rott looking to go back-to-back. Yusuf Ghali looking to pick up his 4th win this season. Gavin Austin as well looking for win number 2. But you got Gino Merrill in 4th, and then Bryson Bird now into 5th. They're both looking for their first career win in the Slide Job Racing League. And it's all a game of chess. Who's got enough stuff to make it to the end of this race? Everybody having to play the fuel game. Do they have enough to get to the checkered flag? Or is somebody going to run out near the end? Bryson Bird, Michael Walsh side by side for 5th as they head down into turn 3. I'm starting to think these guys that pit and topped off might be good to the end. They're still running pretty good lap times. I would have thought if they weren't good, they'd be dropping off by now, but they are still running good lap times. I think they might be good to make it to the end of this race on fuel. Gavin Austin way slow here through turns 1 and 2. I think he's trying to save to make it to the end. Gino Merrill on the outside lane now as Gavin kind of ducks to the bottom lane. Michael Walls running the bottom as well. Last time by the leaders. Run a 33.3, a 33.3, a 33.5. Just trying to make it to the end of this race. Compare that to a Ben Baffert running a 32.4. Baffert is way far back, 22 seconds back. He would need a big swing in his favor to try and get to the race lead. Spikowski passes the leaders. Ghali and Rott. Trying to see if they can stretch with Michael Walls. George Bryson Bird there in the middle of the corner. 11 laps to go. just trying to get enough fuel to make it to the end of this race. Justin Rott, 10 laps to go. He is your race leader. As he makes his way through 3 and 4. And the lap times just really not different enough for Dylan Parker and Ben Baffert to catch and win this race. 20 seconds back with 9 laps to go. You would need the field to start dropping off in pace rapidly, and they just aren't. As Gino Mero gets the 3rd, Gavin Austin back to 4th, Bird and Wall still fighting for 5th. Coming around 8 laps to go this time by. Justin Rott, took a while for him to find win number 1. Now he's looking to go back to back. Michigan International Speedway not super far away from the Chicago area. Rott just trying to hang on. Gali is trying to charge back and take another victory in this season. What has been a dominant season for the number 54 car. Bryson Bird in 6th, ahead of Enrique Cucalon and Wyatt Roberts. I think guys are starting to try to fuel save a bit more here in the front of this field. But someone who I don't think really is trying to is the race leader. Justin Rott out in front, coming around next time by. 6 laps to go. Bryson Bird is in the grass. He gathers it up and saves it, but back to 10th. Now, just 10th it looks like for now. He'll hang on and maintain, but with 6 laps to go. 3/10, just about the gap for the race lead. Yusuf Gali being very patient, running where he is, not pushing too hard, just staying with this number 76. These 2 drivers topped off under the last caution. They came down pit road, got the rest of their fuel cells filled up to try and make it to the end of this race. And coming around now to 5 laps to go. I'd be willing to say they're going to be good as gold. They'll make it to the end on fuel. Now it's just a matter of who makes it first. Will it be Justin Rott or will it be Yusuf Gali? Gino Mero a distant 3rd. Michael Walls is 4th. Gavin Austin now finds his way to 5th. Wyatt Roberts right there in 6th, trying to get by that number 6 machine. Oh, contact! Gavin doors Wyatt. Gavin in the door. Wyatt again as they head through 3 and 4. Gavin working the bottom up. Wyatt working the top. Gavin sliding up, not able to get on the door of the 42. Here comes Enrique Cucalon on the outside lane, trying to get by Gavin for 6th place now. Almost more contact. Enrique way up against the wall. Wyatt rolling as I think the 6 car slow, just trying to make it, trying to nurse it back home on fuel. But up front, it's Justin Rott. As Brent Bennett slows, he's dropping spots now to Christian Delgado. I think he's trying to maybe just make it home these last 3 laps. Gali losing time these last couple laps by. Fastest car on track that's on this strategy was Justin Rott. Gali just trying to get anything he can out of the 54 to get up there. Yusuf Gali was the dominant car tonight. But with 2 laps to go, he finds himself almost half a second back of Justin Rott. Rott running part-time. Came in last week, picked up his first career victory. And now, he's a lap and a half away from picking up his second straight win of the season. Yusuf Ghali not far out of it. In case the 76 stumbles, the 54 can capitalize, but I don't think he will. Coming around this last time, one more lap here at Chicagoland. The white flag is out. Justin Rott, one more lap. Can he make it home? Ben Baffert only up to 13th place, so Yusuf Ghali in second. Still going to be a good points gain for the top spot. But coming through turns 3 and 4, he's good as gold. Justin Rott got his first career win last week in Michigan. He follows it up with his second career win in Chicagoland. Justin Rott takes it here. And they're wrecking across the line. Kukulon and Walls sliding across. Kukulon in 8th. Micah stuck on the front straightaway in 11th. Did Micah run out of fuel? We'll jump back quickly and see what happened with Micah and Enrique. Micah, I think, is trying to get there. Contact made with Enrique. I think Justin Rott. And try to push him across the line. And Micah will finish at 16th. But finishing it up front, Justin Rott got to burn it down on the front straightaway. Did he run out of fuel? I think he did. He just parked on the front stretch. He's not got anything in it to burn it down. So we'll take a look at your finishing results tonight. Justin Rott goes back-to-back. He wins here at Chicagoland. Yusuf Ghali coming home in second, continuing to stretch that points lead he has over Ben Baffert. And look at that, Wyatt Roberts walking away with third, but Brett Bennett somehow steals the top 5. He'll finish 4th tonight. Gino Merrill coming home in 5th, and it was Gavin Austin, Christian Delgado, Enrique Kukulon, Bryson Bird, and Blaine Sparling. That wraps up your top 10. You see Dylan Parker, Ben Baffert, they had to pit late to get fuel in the car to make it to the end, but unfortunately, they were not able to get back in the top 10. 11th and 12th for them. Shane O'Neill finishing 13th. Tanner Bykowski in 14th. William Martin, the last car on the lead lap, in 15th. Michael Walls, wrecked coming to the line, finishes 16th, a lap down. Owen Chybinski will come home 17th. Anthony Marshall in 18th. Robert Lukens 19th. And Diego Acuna come home 20th. And the rest of these cars did not finish this race. Jared Wilson, Dane Cruz, Jeffrey Armiston, Matt Steiner, Tyler Watermelon, Michael Sturgill, and Zach Probst all DNFing from tonight's race. So let's see if we can get a hold of our podium finishers tonight. That being Wyatt Roberts finishing 3rd, which means I got to pull him up and see how he's done. Yusuf Ghali, I don't know how he's done. He's done fantastic this season. Got to look up Wyatt and see how he's doing. There we go. All right. All right, let's get a hold of our podium finishers. Hey, Wyatt Roberts, Dawson out in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, man. Well, it's a 3rd place run for you here tonight. Kind of a chaotic finish, and as well as fuel mileage and a little bit of everything in between, but still, you come home on the podium. What was that race like for you behind the wheel of the 42 car?
Yeah, it was exciting. I started out towards the back, so I was just tire saving. We got that caution around was it like lap 80 or something? I honestly don't remember. but avoided that narrowly. It was a just insane wreck, but came down, put 4 tires on it, and realized we're right on the fuel margin. I was saving on those pace laps, um, and I was saving that whole final run. And luckily, that helped me save some tires. And once I felt like I was good on fuel, I started pushing. Made some passes on the outside there. Had to fight hard, especially in those final laps. And I had it about perfect. I sputtered about 2 car lengths from the line, but it was all good. Secured that third place spot.
Absolutely, Wyatt. Well, you've been running part-time this season, had some good runs going for you this season already, though. How is this feeling, just heading into these next couple races after an off week? We got a decent stretch coming up here, including Atlanta, Pocono, and the finale being at Charlotte. What are you expecting out of these next couple races?
Yeah, I definitely want to do Sebring. I mean, that's really the main reason why I want to do some slide job races, but of course, making some other starts too. I'm really excited for that one to see how that goes. I've driven the Sebring 12 hours almost every year since I've started in various cars from prototypes to Corvette GT3s or whatever. But I've never it came close to doing that in a stock car. The for this league, we do it in the O'Reilly car, of course. Um, I don't know. That'll be just very interesting, especially tire management. I mean, Sebring's one of the oldest tracks ever. It's from World War II. So like I don't know. It's going to be very interesting seeing these things around Sunset Bend, the end of the lap. I mean, that's going to be a sight to see. So I'm excited for that one. I also think I want to do Charlotte too. Um, the long race and sounds fun.
Well, already, Wyatt, we look forward to seeing you and how you do there in 2 weeks' time at Sebring. But tonight, it's a third place finish at Chicagoland. Teammates, sponsors, shoutouts. What got it done for you tonight?
So first of all, my dad, of course, he watches all my broadcasted races, but today is about my Mima. So with this top three is for her, but also, my team in here, Circumference Ultimate Motorsports, had a lot of people. Had Enrique behind me. Tragically, got turned on the final lap, fighting for the top 5. It was so sad. I was excited for him, and then I was like, "No, Enrique, no!" But Brett Bennett, he's right behind me. Similar strategy. Bryson Bird, he was up there, but started to fall off towards the end. But he still had a great race today. And also my endurance team, especially Austin Cobb. I see him in the stream chat, so I know he was watching. So yeah, hopefully have a good run. We had a good run in our Laguna Seca event. I think we're gonna do some Long Beach this weekend, so hopefully have a good run for that.
Well, alrighty, that's a third place finish tonight coming for Wyatt Roberts. Congrats on the third place run, Wyatt.
Thank you.
And now we will go to our second place finisher tonight, Mr. Yusuf Ghali. If we can get a hold of him. Let's see. Hey, Yusuf Ghali, it's Dawson out of the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Alrighty, well, it was a good run from you here tonight in the 54. Led a lot of laps in the early green flag runs of this race, but unfortunately, one spot short here at Chicagoland tonight. What more do you think you would have needed to get by Justin Roth there at the end?
I think a big thing was that I came in a second time thinking I needed more fuel when I really didn't know. It was about a lap to the good at the end. There was just a miscalculation, I guess. I think being closer to him for the entire run would have helped, but cleaner was also a big thing. It just a couple things here and there that were little that could have helped me beat him, but I think overall I'm happy with the result. The result, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. The second place finish as well with Ben Baffert finishing further back. It's a big expansion on your points lead as well. And the most laps you've led so far in a race this season. What does that do for you? As we continue on here, we got 4 races left after this off week next week. Getting closer to locking up a championship. What does that focus become now as the season comes to a close?
I think it's mostly races like Sebring and Pocono. You kind of have, or Sebring, Pocono, and Charlotte. You kind of have like your destiny in your own hands. So just focusing on finishing those races top 5 or so to minimize points lost or gained between Gavin and Ben, and then just trying to survive Atlanta. Like almost our entire points lead could be wiped out at Atlanta if I wreck early and Gavin or Ben win. So just trying to keep the car clean at Atlanta and just survive the other races, which is really all we're trying to do here.
Alrighty, Yusuf, it's still a second place run for you here tonight, though. Teammate, sponsor, shoutouts, what got it done for that 54 camp?
Thanks to the admins for putting the race on. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. Thanks to all my teammates for being fun to work races always. I told all of them to pit with me there. They all told me I was stupid. So I just need to put that out there because, that's really about it.
Alrighty, second place run for your points leader, Yusuf Ghali, continuing to extend that points lead, looking like he's closer and closer to locking up a championship this season. Congrats on second place run, Yusuf.
Thank you.
With that, we will now dial up our race winner here tonight at Chicagoland. Mr. Justin Rott. Back-to-back has never felt so good. Justin Rott picked up his first career win last week in Michigan, and he picks up win number 2 tonight in a fuel mileage victory at Chicagoland. Justin, first thing is first, man. Congrats on the win here tonight. 2 in a row, and it comes here on fuel mileage victory at Chicagoland.
Yes, thank you, buddy.
Well, it was a bit of a battle for you through the field. I mean, I kind of watched you after the green flag stops the first go around. You were making moves to the field, following Dane and his tire tracks pretty much. But what do you think really was the deciding factor after the pit stop, having to fight through the field to save fuel to get to the end?
Well, I mean, I wasn't totally sure if I was going to be good, and I wasn't sure. I honestly didn't think Yusuf and I were going to be, or at least I wasn't going to be. I thought I'd have to save just a little bit, but still quite a bit less than everyone else. So if it went green, I was going to be in a good spot, and it was going to come down to Yusuf and I had the track position advantage. So just the saving aspect of it, I feel like it would have brought us together, and it did anyways because we were both good. We didn't have to save it all. I had a lap left to fuel, but I had to go push Micah across the line because he did it for me a couple weeks ago in another league. So I had to go push him across the line, burned all my fuel off of it, and didn't get a cool burnout, but that's all good. Yeah, so it was just managing. I knew everyone in front of me had to save or pit. I was pretty confident in that. And as the run kept going, the fuel started burning a little more, Micah was telling me. So I was pretty confident with that. I just had to find a way by Gavin, and he did an incredible job of just holding everyone up, keeping everyone behind him. Really annoyingly, I got a little frustrated in 3 and 4 the one time, but 3 and 4 is so tight. If you're not on the white line, there's really nothing you could do. So I mowed the wall down, got no damage, luckily. And just had to hold off Yusuf, really. That was the main goal, was to hold off Yusuf, and I think he would have been best served trying a little harder. He probably tried as hard as he could to get by me before I passed Gavin, got the clean air, but I just had to make sure he was behind me, and I figured he would have saved a little better with how hard I was pushing on the top to get by Gavin, because I knew the bottom, you were just never going to complete a pass on the bottom. So, yeah, it came down to us two, and we were pretty even that whole last run, and able to hold him off.
Absolutely, Justin. Well, you pick up the victory. It's the second win of the season for you, second in a row. And with 4 races left in the season, do you think we'll see you out here maybe a couple other times trying to go for a third win?
Definitely a couple more times. I don't know how the Dash for Cash works. I know I got it today, and I didn't even know how it's eligible. I wasn't planning on racing tonight, but I got the Discord message that I was in the Dash for Cash, so I came out to at least throw my name in the hat for some money. I don't know how much I got. I don't know anything about it, and maybe I'll be in it next week. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll definitely be out here a couple more times before the season's over. I think maybe not every week, but here and there, and go chase a couple more victories.
Alrighty, it's a race win tonight from Justin Rott. Teammate, sponsor, shoutouts. We got the 76 to victory lane again this week.
Yep. Shout out Micah for racing with me. Yusuf, we had a good battle again, just like last week, up in the front. Everyone else, Jared, he had a good run until he got taken out. So, yeah, everyone else in the Q&A call, the GOAT call, whatever. They were all watching the playing game and screaming in my ear the whole race. So, appreciate them for having some background noise in my ear, and you up here for having a good broadcast every week and putting this on for us.
Well, alrighty, that is your race winner here tonight. 2 in a row for Justin Rott. He goes back-to-back at Michigan and now Chicagoland. Congrats on the win, Justin.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, that'll do it from us here at Chicagoland. As I mentioned, next week is an off week for the Slide Job Racing League. We got next Tuesday off, and then we come back in 2 weeks' time to get to the finish of this season. 4 races remain in Season 16 for this field to try to make their final pushes, whether it be for a race win or for the championship. That's what lies ahead, and it's going to be at Sebring in 2 weeks' time. How about that? Sebring with stock cars. That should be a fun race, an hour-long timed race. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys can handle that flat road course there. That should be a fun one there. That's, of course, 2 weeks' time at 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRM. But we got some racing coming up on Thursday night. It is the Sofa Racing League. They'll be racing at Gateway this week. I will be racing in that race, trying to advance in the bracket challenge if I can do so. I'm racing against Tim Miller. Tim Miller calling you out. If you watch this broadcast somehow, you're going down, buddy. I'm taking that spot. I'm taking the advancement. And I'm moving on to Bristol. But that is this upcoming Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRN. And then after that as well, they're off next week too. So next week, the only race we will have is Monday night. We will be racing on Monday night next week for the Fast Track Cup Series, where they'll be racing at Kansas Speedway. They follow the Cup Series schedule. Very easy to keep track of where they race. But next Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, racing at Kansas for the Fast Track Cup Series. Tune in for that one if you want to catch some fun next-gen action. Half-distant Cup Series length races is what they run. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the drivers for showing up and showing out. This is Dawson Allen signing off, saying so long. Have a great rest of your night. And a congratulations goes out to the race winner tonight, Justin Rott, scoring his 2nd career victory in just as many weeks. Congrats again, and thank you for watching. Take care, everybody.